there's something very large in the forests of Mauritius. These are giant Aldabra tortoises.
There are around 20 of these on Île aux Aigrettes, but they're not actually native to Mauritius. This one and the rest are actually from the Seychelles, which is almost 2,000 kilometres north of here. There were giant tortoises on this island, but sadly they became extinct in the early 1800s.
Oh no. Gosh, wow. Looks like a toy.
Yes.
How old's this little one? How do I hold it? Oh, pooing.
Yes, just like this.
Right.
3 months.
3 months old. I think that's cute. I'm not sure. Relax.
Man has had a pretty big impact on the wildlife here. In fact, over 20 species have disappeared on Mauritius. But today, conservation is very much at the front of most Mauritians' minds, and that is why I've come here.
The Île aux Aigrettes Nature Reserve is one of the most important environmental projects in the country, where plants and animals that the human settlers introduced have been replaced with native species.
So what exactly is it all about?
So it is eradication, reintroduction and translocation with lots of monitoring afterward. So we are just taking off all the alien plants and animals that have been introduced long time ago in Mauritius. And by the way, taking the native one back to Île aux Aigrettes. We want to protect these native animals, such as the pink pigeon. Our first project on Île aux Aigrettes, reintroducing them back and releasing them.
And it's all about our friend here, isn't it?
Yes, this is a very good example. Our native dodo extinct in the early 1681, the last observation of it. And actually, the dodo was baptized by the Dutch. They've got a very funny Latin name. Normally, rafus means the cap of the dodo, and cuculatus means a big bum.
Ah.
Yes.
So how does it go? Rafus cuculatus.
Yes, exactly.
That's cute. The dodo has a big bum.
And if you happen to be in Port Louis, then you can drop into the Natural History Museum. There you'll find a dodo gallery, complete with a dodo skeleton and the reconstruction that was made using it.
Dodo.
About 3.5% of Mauritius is protected either as a national park or nature reserve. This is the biggest, and it's a good reason to drag yourself away from the beach. Black River Gorge National Park is a sprawling forest with over 300 species of flowering plant and 9 species of birds that are unique to the island. The most popular inland attractions are near the village of Chamarel.
These are called the coloured earths, basically volcanic rocks pushed up by the ocean floor, cooled by different temperatures to create this kind of weird effect. I actually quite like it. Oh, and the colours change depending on the light.
But if bizarre dirt isn't your thing, and the best is yet to come. The Chamarel Falls are the highest and most dramatic on Mauritius, plunging 100 metres in a single drop.
Wow, now that is a photo opportunity if ever I saw one.
To date, these fields represent man's biggest impact on Mauritius. They cover more than 40% of the island and fueled the industry that supported Mauritius for over 300 years.
The golden age of sugar was in the 19th century when Mauritius became the biggest producer in the British Empire, accounting for almost 10% of the world's supply.
Domaine Le Pai outside Port Louis is a replica of a sugar estate which has been transformed into a tourist attraction. Here you can see how sugar was produced in the 18th century at an ox-driven mill. Miss Darshni showed me around and explained how little went to waste.
While crushing the sugar cane, we'll obtain the juice.
Right.
The juice will go into the funnel, passes under the slab, Right. And here at the back, the extraction of the juice, we obtain the bagasse. And with the bagasse, we can produce 20% electricity in Mauritius by burning it. And even we can construct chair, table, furniture, etc. And even Roxy eat it.
Wow, so what have we got here?
Another byproduct of sugar is molasses, and molasses, of course, makes rum. That's what they've been producing here at the Queen Distillery for the last 250 years.
Now, the Mauritian stuff isn't meant to be a patch on the Caribbean stuff, but I'm no expert, so I think we should give it a whirl.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's strong!
At its height, there were 250 sugar mills on Mauritius, and at the heart of the industry was an immigrant workforce, mainly from India. Sugarcane cutting required relentless work in exhaustingly hot conditions. As more and more workers arrived, Hinduism quickly became the most practiced religion on the island.
This is Grand Bassin, a huge sacred lake. Every year, 500,000 pilgrims come here for Hava Shivaratri, which is actually the largest Hindu celebration outside India.
The story goes that the god Shiva was circling the earth and carrying the river Ganges on his head when some of it spilt here. For 3 days every year, pilgrims gather to make offerings of food and flowers at the lakeside. Here's another legacy of the sugar plantations, invented by African slaves who were desperately trying to escape the monotony of their lives. It's called sega. The feet hardly move. It's said that reflects the shackles the slaves wore.
The wandering Arab traders' loss is definitely the modern Mauritians' gain, because all the hardship and hard work from immigrant labour forces has resulted in a rightly proud nation that really knows how to look after itself. There are limits on machine sugar use so that the local labourers can keep their jobs. The small shops can open early and stay late to compete with the chains. And even jet skis were banned because after a run of serious accidents, they were deemed too dangerous. And the Mauritians, well, they're smart, they're sincere, polite and very, very kind. And all of that on a truly tropical island is an extremely rare treat.
If you'd like to arrange your own trip to Mauritius, then visit airmauritius.com. And to find out more, check out tourismmauritius.mu and travelchannel.co.uk.
The thing I like the most about Mauritius is definitely the laid-back approach of not just the people but the island as a whole. The thing I dislike the most about Mauritius, she says, smiling, is the fact that the weather can be so unpredictable. As you can see, I'm about to be hit by a real downpour. My top tip for Mauritius, the tortoises. They are magnificent, they are huge, and they've seen generations before me and probably will see generations after me.